For the first time in over 40 years, the world appears to be on the brink of a global epidemic of a new flu virus. It's a warning to the world's governments that time is short, so we need to understand the risks. The World Health Organization says level 5 is a strong signal that a pandemic is imminent. For it to go to the top level 6, where a pandemic is declared, we'd need to see a sustained outbreak in several countries. Now, at the moment, most cases of swine flu are in people who've been to Mexico, but some are passing it on. The virus needs to be spreading beyond control in the community for a pandemic to be declared, and that hasn't happened yet. Now, in the UK, it's still possible swine flu could die out in the summer months, but then re-emerge next winter, and perhaps in a more virulent form. The World Health Organization says we now have a final window of opportunity to prepare for the new flu virus.
Influenza pandemics must be taken seriously precisely because of their capacity to spread rapidly to every country in the world. On the positive side, the world is better prepared for an influenza pandemic than at any time in history.
So just how dangerous is the virus? Well, so far the WHO has only confirmed a handful of deaths, but many more are suspected. Remember, outside Mexico it's producing mostly mild symptoms, but that's not unlike how previous pandemics began, which killed millions of people. Now, for years the official prediction for a new pandemic has been it could cause at least 2 million deaths worldwide, and in the UK at least 50,000 deaths. But remember, seasonal winter flu is a killer, contributing to up to 500,000 deaths a year around the world, and between 8,000 and 12,000 deaths in the UK. But here is the difference. With swine flu and in pandemics, a huge proportion of deaths are among healthy young adults under 45, whereas winter flu mostly kills the frail elderly and those with weaker immune systems. So what measures are effective? Should you buy a face mask? Probably not. Virologists say these are of little value in protecting yourself. Basic hygiene measures, hand washing to stop bugs spreading, are far more useful. Get some Tamiflu? Again, no. This should be taken only if prescribed. What about slaughtering pigs? That's what Egypt is doing. Or banning pork? Not necessary, say the experts. Remember, this disease is being spread by humans, not animals, and pork is safe. How about screening at airports? The WHO says it's pointless. Now, that didn't stop Japanese health officials donning protective suits to meet flights from Mexico. Contrast that with Britain. These holidaymakers returning from Cancun were not screened. Now, one key message tonight is to vaccine manufacturers. They need to get ready to produce a pandemic vaccine, but that will take up to 6 months to prepare, and it'll mean fewer doses of seasonal flu jabs.
Now, Fergus, it's a lot to take in, and people might listen to all that and think, it certainly sounds pretty worrying. How concerned should we be?
Well, we should be concerned, but there's no need for panic. There's no need for anyone, really, the vast majority of us, to change our behaviour. We just don't know how serious a pandemic would be. We might, hopefully, get a pandemic of mostly mild illness. And we don't know when it will hit the UK. We've only had very limited spread here so far. Flu is notoriously unpredictable. That's the one certainty with this. So assessing the strength of a pandemic is impossible, but we are better prepared than ever with lots and lots of antiviral drugs for half the population.